It always begins with silence. The kind of silence that feels heavy, pressing against your ears until you can hear your own heartbeat. Tonight, I'm going to tell you about a house so terrifying that even the locals refuse to pass by it after sunset. Some say it's cursed. Others whisper that it was never meant to be built on that land. But what I'm about to share is not just another ghost story. It's something far darker. This is a story you should never, ever hear at night. And yet, here you are. The house stood at the edge of a forgotten road, surrounded by trees that bent unnaturally, as if they were bowing toward it. People said the air there always smelled like rust and wet earth. Windows broken years ago looked like hollow eyes staring back at anyone who dared to come close. But what was strangest wasn't how it looked from the outside. It was what happened to those who went inside. Not a single visitor came out the same. Some refused to speak. Others disappeared altogether. One of the first stories dates back decades. A family had moved into the house, unaware of its past. At first, everything seemed normal. The children played in the backyard, the parents repainted the walls, and the house looked almost alive again. But then came the nights. The youngest daughter was the first to notice it. She said she heard footsteps on the ceiling, crawling slowly above her bed. Her parents dismissed it as rats, but one evening, when she pointed upward and whispered, "They're watching us," her father looked and froze. Because there, in the crack of the ceiling, was an eye that blinked. The family didn't stay long after that. They left in the middle of the night, abandoning everything they owned. Neighbors found the house open, furniture overturned, and lights flickering, though no electricity was connected. But what shocked them most was the girl's diary left behind on her bed. Her last entry read, "I told them I can't leave. They said I belong to the house now." Years later, a group of college students decided to test their courage. You know how it goes, cameras in hand, laughing nervously, daring each other to last the night inside. But their recording was never finished. Only one tape survived, discovered in the dirt near the front door. On it, you can hear them laughing, climbing the stairs, whispering about how fake it all feels. And then, the laughter stops. There's a sudden scream, loud and raw, and a sound like heavy footsteps rushing toward them. The recording cuts off with a single sentence, whispered so softly you almost can't hear it. "You shouldn't be here." None of those students were ever seen again. But perhaps the most terrifying story belongs to a man named Haroon, a night guard who was hired to keep people away from the property. He didn't believe in ghosts. He laughed at the warnings. On his first night, he sat outside by the gate, sipping tea, when he heard a knock. Not on the door of the house, but right behind him. He turned, expecting to see someone, but there was nothing. Then another knock, louder this time, from the roof of the gate. Slowly he looked up, and there was a woman crouching there. Her face was pale, her mouth stretched unnaturally wide, and her eyes glowed in the dark. She jumped, and the lantern beside him blew out. He ran screaming and never worked another night in his life. Haroon still refuses to talk about what he saw, but when asked, he always mutters the same thing. "The house is alive. It wants you."
Locals believe the house was built over something. Some say an ancient graveyard, others whisper about rituals that went wrong. Whatever the truth, the energy inside is not human. It pulls you in, makes you stay, feeds on your fear. People who pass by swear they've heard voices calling their names from the windows, even though the house is empty. Some say if you look long enough into its broken glass, you'll see not your reflection, but someone else staring back at you. So I'll ask you now, would you dare to spend the night there? Could you sit in that silence, listening to the whispers, feeling the air grow colder around you? Or would you run the moment you heard those first footsteps above your head? The truth is, this story isn't just a story. The house still stands, waiting, watching. And if you ever find yourself walking down that forgotten road at night, remember this warning. Do not stop. Do not look at it. And for your own sake, never step inside. Because those who do never leave the same.